Yep. That's how this video is gonna start. Just a lot of this. Welcome to the channel. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we found ourselves on Blackheart's Bay today. My favorite map with my favorite character. It's meant to be. It's meant to be, team. The friendly team, Stitches, Bird, and Several. Vala and Azmodan. The enemy team, Diablo, Zarya, Kerrigan, Zul, and Tracer. At level 1, I am going to go for... I don't know, do we want Dampen Magic? Dampen Magic would reduce the damage of Tracer's Pulse Bomb. Dampen Magic would reduce the damage from Kerrigan combo. And that's about it. I guess we'll do it anyway. Those are some pretty devastating things. Stitches has changed a lot over the course of the last year, and I do mean a lot over, well, the course of the last 2 years, I guess. He was a very drastically different character back in the alpha, and he was kind of shifted from the tippy top of the top tier down to a pretty reasonable tank. Like, I will not lie to you. He was the most overpowered piece of shit I had ever seen back in the alpha, which is probably the reason why I played him so much. But I would not be, I firmly believe I would not be making Heroes of the Storm videos right now on this channel on this very day if it were not for Stitches. He was the character that made me fall in love with this game, as I'm being completely devastated by the death ball strats of the enemy team. He used to have the ability to sprint. You may be familiar with his talent at level 10, Gorge, where he takes someone from the battlefield and then puts them inside of his body. He used to be able to put those people inside of his body, sprint across the screen, and then blink at level 20, so you could basically go about 3 screen lengths in the time that it took for someone to enter your body and then to be expelled from your body. Which is a pretty disgusting way of putting that. I probably could have thought those words out a little bit better. But it was definitely an interesting... definitely an interesting time to play Stitches back in the day. There are several videos on this channel if you want to go way, way, way back to see, like, me, like, back in my heyday when I only played Stitches. Like, he was the only character I played. It was, like, all the time. I was kind of learning other characters, but Stitches was the one I dedicated almost all of my time to. Well, you get one. You get one. I am going to go for a rather tanky build today, just because I want to make sure that I can peel for the friendly team. We do have Murden on our side as well, but they also have a lot of dive on the enemy team. But I just want to make sure that I can do everything in my power to keep my team safe. We are going to go for... Actually, you know what? Let's go for this Vile Gas on Slam. I was gonna go for Amp Healing. I don't think we'll need it. I can't imagine we'll be the focus fire in team fights very often. And we already have Dampen Magic, which is gonna be reducing the damage of those super high bursty impact kind of cooldowns that the enemy team has. So I think we'll be able to live through most things without too many complications. A few months ago, Stitches did receive some changes. He got a talent rework, and yeah, I mean, the talent rework was okay. I don't think anything too drastic came from it, and it wasn't a gigantic overhaul like we have seen on some other characters. It was just some kind of optimizing of his talent build. I think Stitches is a good example of a character that has received small, incremental, tiny changes over the course of his development cycle that have really impacted his place in the game. So, for instance, he was the first warrior to get this really, really good spell shield at level 1. So people are saying that Stitches is going to be designed to counter mages. This is when Kael'thas was at his prime, Li Ming was being added to the game, Jaina was really strong, and of course Azmodan was really strong too. So everyone thought that Stitches would now just be what you pick to counter mages because he has this great spell shield. I mean, for a couple weeks, he was. But then, you know, people realized that this was just a new methodology that Blizzard was starting to roll out on certain warriors. Now we see a new Barak with a really strong spell shield in the early game. We see Chen, of course, with a really strong spell shield in the early game. And there's probably more characters that have access to things like that as well. Please don't flip me over yet. My team isn't here. Can my team please come over here, please? You guys wanna deal some damage to some enemies? Uh-oh. We can't save Vala, team. We can't save Vala. I tried. Actually, I didn't really try that hard because there wasn't too much I could do from that position. But you know what? I wanted to. I wanted to do things. Dude, Tracer managed to walk all the way back around and continue to chase me before anyone on my team was able to, like, focus at all. It's oh my god, it's not GG. Let's focus. We can do this team. So there's a reason why this video was so delayed. I actually tried 5 fucking times. 5 times. It's happening again. Oh my god. I tried 5 times to get a Stitches video that I could use. And as you guys may know, this series is not about winning or losing. The series is about commentary. It's about the history of the character. But I was getting these games where everyone was just completely fucking salty and at each other's neck the entire time. For instance, someone calling GG at the 5-minute mark. It's happening again. What am I doing? I'm clearly the common denominator here. I haven't said a single fucking word to anyone here, though. And I didn't want to show any of those matches. I tried 5 times. This was on Thursday of last week. I then... we can't fight this. We're significantly down on levels. And I don't have a building to run to. Let's see if we could save... No, we can't save Asmodad. Okay. I tried 5 times to get a video. I don't care about the win or loss. I don't care about that at all. Just a video where people were being civil. And there was like a match that was worth showing. And it wasn't just a completely one-sided bitch fest. Like what this Burden's doing right now, where he has decided it's GG and he doesn't want Samuro to win because he decided that it was GG already. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. I mean, there is an argument to be made that Samuro should turn his coins in, and there is an argument that now's a really, really good time. But you know, let's not focus on that right now. Let's not focus on that right now. This.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
It's like, it's taken all the joy out of this game for me, though. This is my favorite character. It's supposed to be a good time. I want it to be a good time. This is my favorite map with my favorite fucking character. It's my 6th time trying to make this video something that's worth watching. Unbelievable. Well, anyway, let's talk about stuff and things, shall we? We're going to go for Putrid Bile here because they have a lot of engage, and it appears that we are going to need to run away from it. The Slam build for Stitches is making a comeback right now, which is where you pick any talent and every talent that has the picture of a cleaver. This allows you to do some pretty considerable AoE damage in an area and allows you to kind of push lanes. Stitches really isn't that good at pushing lanes, but it kind of allows you to do that. And it makes it so your trait, your Vile Gas, becomes a very crucial part of what you're doing. Now, Vile Gas has changed over the course of the past couple years as well. Vile Gas used to be a damage over time effect that would appear on the ground. Let's just go ahead and Vile this way, and we'll try to make it up to the building before we die. We did it. Murden's still up here in the top lane, holding it down for the home team. This used to be a damage over time effect. Whenever you took damage, it would like drop a puddle underneath you. There was a talent that would allow you to kind of spread your bile around with excuse me, the Vile Gas. It would allow you to spread that around with your auto attacks, and that was the build I predominantly went for in the past. Dude, come on. Dude, you're worse. You're worse than a bot right now. Like, come on. Come on. But because it was a damage over time effect on the ground, it could apply multiple times, which meant that Stitches could essentially just walk in and out-trade basically any melee character in the early game. It's pretty much every single time. He had enough health and enough self-sustain with his E that he could pretty much just walk in, do whatever the fuck he wanted to, and beat most people in a 1v1 altercation. Which is kind of cool, actually. I really enjoyed that. Mainly because I played Stitches and he was incredibly overpowered at the time. Then that was removed, and it's just a damage over time effect that you apply whenever whenever you take damage with someone around you. What is the official wording here? When damaged, Stitches emits a gas cloud that poisons nearby enemies for 115 damage over 3 seconds. Look at that! Our Samuro turned in! Let's point this out to our burden. He turned in. Do we like him now? Can we play? He's still AFK under a fucking tower. Oh my god. Let's see. The Slam build at level 16 used to have one of the best forms of crowd control in the game. Now we are going to go for, I don't know, Fleabag, I guess. I'm not a big fan of any of his level 13 talents, if I'm just being totally honest with you. Fleabag gives him reduced cooldowns if he gets like rooted or stunned or something, which just means you can kind of slam some more. I mean, but again, we're not really going slam build, so it's not like we get that big of a benefit. 3 seconds off of a 20-second cooldown, like for your self-sustain, is not very good. Oh, well, he just left the game now. I'm not kidding! I've tried so many times! Some things aren't meant to be. I've tried so many times to get a game. It breaks my heart a little bit. Anyway, at level 16, it used to have one of the best forms of crowd control in the game because you were getting all of these talents earlier on in the tree to increase the size and damage of your slam. Then at level 16, this pulverized thing, now all it does is slow. It used to be a mini stun, which meant that any channeled ability like ever, so we're talking like Lily's Jug of 1000 fuck yous, shit like that, you could just completely nullify. You could completely ruin it. We should have this. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's ironic that our Muradin was complaining about bots, and now that he is a bot, he's doing more than Muradin was. Well, I guess he was a bot. He's no longer a bot anymore, unfortunately. So basically, Stitches was picked to counter Zebo channels. He was picked to counter Lily channels. Anything that had an effect that you had to sit there and like have constant upkeep on, he would be able to completely break it. Now, I didn't go for that build very often. I am a big fan of where's everyone going? Everyone's leaving me? Everyone is leaving me. Everyone fucking left me. Oh my god. Come on. There were 4 fucking people there. That was a 4v2! I don't even remember what I was talking about. Stitches used to completely counter anything that had a channel effect because he had one of the most overpowered stuns in the game, because you could stun a wide ass area. It was like Misha, but in a giant cone in front of you. So that was removed, and he kind of has this slow on Pulverize now. I mentioned he has Sprint, and it was really overpowered with Bolt of the Storm and then Devour. That was removed. Stitches also used to have more auto attack damage with the vile gas on the ground. I mean, you could just out trade anyway. That was removed. He used to have more health regen, more auto attack damage. Basically everything you would want in a tank. That wasn't removed, but it was certainly scaled down a considerable amount. And in almost any other situation, we have this character that used to be incredibly overpowered and has been nerfed and nerfed and nerfed and nerfed and altered and changed over the course of the past 2 years. In any other situation, I would find fuck this guy! Oh my god! I would find myself completely not wanting to play that character under any circumstances. But Stitches still has that special place in my heart where I have to give him attention, where I have to play him every now and then. It genuinely makes me happy to land these long hooks, these long skill shots. And he's been getting better changes over recent times as well. He used to have a talent at level 13 called Helping Hand, which would allow you to, again, his level 13 talent tier is pretty shit, but Helping Hand would allow you to grab friendly targets with your hook. And it was a great talent. I always picked it. I was using it for several years. Fuck this guy in particular right here. I hope everyone will report him. But it had problems. So in order for Helping Hand to actually work, you had to position yourself in a completely different way than you were previously. You would have to make sure that no friendly target was ever in front of you, because your hook was basically rendered useless if you were being body blocked by the enemy team. And this made it, basically, you had a talent that made your hook your main form of crowd control, your main form of playmaking. It would make that harder to use, which didn't feel great, but still, Helping Hand was pretty incredible. They did make some very meaningful changes to this. It's now on your one ability. It's an active that you get it's part of your base kit now, which is fantastic. And if you do hook a friendly target and you pull them to safety, you're going to be reducing the cooldown of your hook because of another change that Stitches received. You'll notice these incremental changes that just kind of go in, 1 month at a time. He doesn't get like a landslide of change. Fuck you, come on! You fucking goddamn dwarf, you fucking shit, do something! Now, normally I'd be able to, laugh this shit off, but again, this is my 6th fucking time trying to get a Stitches video out. And this keeps happening. There was more to my story. This was last Thursday. I was like, fuck it, I won't worry about it. I went out of town to visit a friend. I had a wonderful time. I was just gonna focus on enjoying myself. I come back, I stream a little bit. I've been putting off this video just because I still had a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth from the last time. But I was like, no, it won't be that bad anymore. Let's just hop into a game and we'll try to play some Stitches. And I was genuinely really looking forward to it. This dumbass motherfucker, he's coming into this fight. He's coming into this fucking fight. Welcome to it, bitch. You're in it now. No, you come back. You come into this fight, you fuck. And I was like, you know what? That's just all in my head. There's nothing to worry about. I mean, I was in a great mood today. I had a bunch of wine last night. I slept in. I was feeling good, feeling real good. Prior to this recording, I went out and I got a burrito and I put it in my body, and it's made me feel so good. I was in such a good place mentally coming into this game. But for whatever reason, in the A through Z series in this particular year, I can't seem to get a good Stitches match. So we're gonna get this. And I cannot begin to tell you how bad this feels. Thank you all for watching. I know someone enjoyed this, you maniacal sons of bitches. I can't fathom the idiocracy of a person like this goddamn Muradin, who just wants to ruin everyone's fucking day around him. And it's not an isolated case. Again, this is my 6th goddamn time trying to record a fucking video. It's actually infuriating. Okay. I'm gonna be back. Hold on. Hold on. Let's not forget this. This is important. Let's not fucking forget this. AFK non-participation or intentionally dying. Decided it was GG 5 minutes in. Accused, let's put a period, proper punctuation. Accused other members of the team of botting and decided not to do anything at all. Feels bad. Feels really fucking bad.